All right, let's dive into the world of ChatGPT. We're looking at this article by Esteves Jr., Soluções Criativas 2025 Composition ChatGPT Impulsionam Inovative. It's all about how ChatGPT is going to revolutionize creative problem solving in 2025. And get this, the article was published just a few days ago on January 7th, 2025. So we're talking about some pretty cutting-edge stuff.
It's not just about generating ideas, though. The article really points to this bigger shift, almost a paradigm shift in how we approach innovation.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. What makes ChatGPT different from, say, just brainstorming with a group of people?
Well, imagine you're working on a project and you hit a wall. With traditional brainstorming, you might just throw ideas around and hope something sticks. But ChatGPT can actually analyze vast amounts of data and tailor solutions to your specific needs.
So it's less about random ideas and more about targeted solutions.
Exactly. And the article gives this great example. Let's say you want to launch a sustainable startup in 2025. You could prompt ChatGPT with something like, generate 10 creative ideas for startups focused on sustainability in 2025. And ChatGPT won't just give you a generic list. It considers the current landscape, emerging trends, even potential roadblocks.
So it's almost like having a consultant and a creative partner all rolled into one.
That's a great way to put it. And the article goes even deeper. It highlights how ChatGPT can help take those initial sparks of inspiration and turn them into concrete plans.
You mean like going from, hey, that's a cool idea, to an actual project roadmap?
Exactly. One prompt that really stuck with me was create a launch plan for a new creative app in 2025 detailing steps and deadlines. That shows how ChatGPT can move beyond just ideation and into structured planning.
Okay, so it can help with the what and the how. But what about the really big game-changing ideas? Can ChatGPT help us create truly disruptive solutions, the things that completely redefine an industry?
That's where things get really interesting. The article argues that ChatGPT's ability to analyze trends and adapt ideas to specific scenarios makes it really powerful for disruptive innovation.
And there's an example prompt for that too, right? Something about reinventing the customer experience in physical stores using AI.
Yeah. That prompt is fascinating because it pushes us to think beyond just incremental improvements.
Mm.
It's about using AI to reimagine entire experiences, creating something truly unique and unexpected.
But let's be honest, we all hit creative roadblocks sometimes. Even the most experienced professionals get stuck. Does the article address that?
Absolutely. It emphasizes how ChatGPT can be a creative catalyst, helping people break through those mental barriers. It encourages lateral thinking, offers unusual stimuli, and facilitates brainstorming sessions in ways that weren't possible before.
I'm picturing a writer staring at a blank page, and suddenly ChatGPT throws out like
Yeah.
10 wild ideas just to shake things up. Is that kind of what we're talking about?
Exactly. The article even suggests some fun prompts for this, like list 10 unusual ways to transform a traditional product into something disruptive for 2025. It's about pushing the boundaries of conventional thinking.
This is all incredibly exciting, but I have to ask,
Yeah.
how does this actually impact our listeners? Why should they care about ChatGPT's potential to shape creative solutions in 2025?
Well, this isn't some futuristic fantasy. It's happening now. And the article emphasizes that ChatGPT is a tool that can fundamentally change how we approach creativity and innovation. And that's relevant for everyone, whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, or just someone who loves exploring new ideas.
So we're talking about a real tangible impact on how we work and create.
Absolutely. And the article actually goes beyond these general applications. It dives into how ChatGPT is already being used in specific fields. One area it highlights is the impact on learning and development within companies.
Well, that's interesting. I could see how AI could really personalize learning experiences.
Exactly. The article mentions how ChatGPT can create personalized learning paths, provide instant feedback and guidance. It can even simulate real-world scenarios for training.
Wow, so it's like having a 247 personalized tutor. I remember reading about companies using AI for project management too. Does the article touch on that at all?
It does. It talks about how ChatGPT can be used to optimize agile methodologies, organize information, track progress, even generate reports, which streamlines project management tremendously.
Yeah, that makes sense. Keeping projects on track and organized can be a real challenge, especially with complex projects.
Right. And what's interesting is that the article doesn't just focus on the practical organizational aspects. It also explores how ChatGPT can actually enhance creative processes in fields like marketing and advertising.
I can see that. Marketing is all about connecting with an audience. Could you give us an example of how ChatGPT could be helpful there?
Well, imagine being able to create hyper-personalized ad campaigns. campaigns that resonate with individual consumers on a deeper level. The article suggests that ChatGPT can analyze data to help tailor messages to specific demographics, interests, even behaviors.
So instead of a generic message blasted out to everyone, you could have individual messages that speak to each person's needs and interests.
Exactly. It's about moving away from the one-size-fits-all approach to something much more targeted and effective. And this level of personalization extends to education as well.
Now that you mention it, personalized learning paths could revolutionize education. Does the article get into any specifics there?
It highlights how AI-powered tutors can guide students through personalized learning journeys, adapting to their individual pace and learning style. It even touches on the potential for virtual reality experiences that can make learning more immersive and engaging.
That sounds amazing. It could really open up access to quality education for people all over the world.
That's the exciting part. It's about democratizing education, making it accessible and engaging for everyone.
All of this sounds incredibly promising. But I'm curious, does the article address any of the potential downsides?
It's interesting that you bring that up. The article actually doesn't really focus on negatives. It chooses to remain optimistic about the potential of this technology, emphasizing the incredible possibilities it offers.
So it's really leaning into the positive applications of this technology.
Yeah, it is. And that perspective itself is something to consider. Sometimes, focusing on the positive aspects of a new technology can inspire more creative and innovative solutions. It's almost like the article itself is a demonstration of how a positive outlook can shape the development and application of powerful tools like ChatGPT.
That's a really insightful point. It's like the article is practicing what it preaches, demonstrating the power of positive thinking in the context of technological advancement. It's like the article is a prompt itself in a way, encouraging us to think creatively about how we can use ChatGPT to shape a better future.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. And that actually leads to one of the most compelling points from the article's conclusion. It directly challenges us to think about how we can integrate ChatGPT into our own work or creative processes.
So it's not just about understanding the technology, but actually finding ways to apply it in our own lives.
Exactly. The author really urges us to become active participants, to experiment with ChatGPT and see how it can enhance our own creativity, whether it's brainstorming new ideas, structuring a project, or pushing the boundaries in your field. ChatGPT can be a really valuable ally.
What I find really fascinating is how this ties into the idea of lifelong learning. This technology is constantly evolving, so we need to be open to learning and adapting alongside it.
Absolutely. And the article actually provides some great starting points for anyone who wants to dive deeper. There are links to other ChatGPT-related content, tutorials, and even communities where people are sharing their experiences and best practices.
We'll definitely include those links in the show notes for our listeners.
And as you explore this further, I think it's important to consider, what unique challenges or opportunities do you see in your own field that ChatGPT could help address? How could you use this technology to unlock new levels of creativity and innovation in your own work?
Those are great questions to ponder. It really drives home the point that ChatGPT isn't just a theoretical concept. It's a real tool with the potential to make a tangible difference in our lives.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of ChatGPT and creative solutions in 2025, I encourage you to embrace the possibilities, experiment fearlessly, and see where this exciting technology can take you.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery. And until next time, keep diving deep.